Hey, you're listening to No Limits, episode 58. In the PlayStation Portal, the Portal might be the best name for a handheld since, I don't know. Hello, everyone. Welcome to No Limits, a PlayStation podcast. My name is Taylor. I'm joined by my co-hosts, Brianna and Sam. Remember, you can find the video version of this podcast over on youtube.com/SaveTheGameMedia every Tuesday. While you're over there, make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you'd rather listen to audio, my cat is unique. We are on all your favorite podcast services. We would love it if you could leave us a review. Helps us grow, and we would love any feedback. If you want to support us and get early access to all Save the Game Media content, head over to patreon.com/SaveTheGameMedia and choose the tier that's right for you. Just like our current patrons did. Bucky Blue, Amon, Fabulous Brianna, Brianna's mom, Brianna's brother, Brianna's wife, Nikolai Knight, Cypher Primus, Brendan Myers, Marcus O'Neill, Lillian, Mimi J, The Snack Network, David Hotright, Dave Harp, the Xbox Expansion Pass, Alpaca Tom, and Donald Trump's mugshot. Thank you for being patrons, everyone. So please go over again to patreon.com/SaveTheGameMedia to check it out. And I'm going to repeat that again. YouTube, Twitter, X, that's one X. Be careful of how many X's you put in the URL at Save Game Media. While you're over at X and not looking at explicit content, but rather Save the Game Media content, could it be explicit in the future? Well, we have a sub goal for Kevin's butt tattoo. No, Patreon goal.
And Sam's.
And Sam's. So we could post those butt pictures on Twitter. I mean X.
Mm-hmm.
And make an only. Anyway, we're doing a giveaway for Spider-Man 2 Digital Deluxe Edition. I'll try to frame this more efficiently than I did in previous episodes. So if you want to win a copy of Spider-Man 2 Digital Deluxe Edition, what you have to do is follow Save Game Media on Twitter/X. And, sorry, that's a lie. You have to subscribe on YouTube to Save the Game Media and review 5 stars for No Limits on your podcast service of choice. And reply to the pinned tweet for this giveaway, or ping Kevin in the Save the Game Media Discord with a screenshot of YouTube sub and the 5-star review. And you'll be entered to win a Digital Deluxe Edition copy. And that should be ending, right? Spider-Man 2 releases what, October 10th? Sam, you work for PlayStation. Isn't it October 10th?
No, it's October 20th, actually.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Spider-Man 2 release date. It is not October 20th.
Yes, it is.
October 20th.
It's October 20th.
It's October 20th. So we'll probably be picking it at some point early October. But also, if you do the same with reviewing our Xbox counterpart, Project X Talk, 5-star review them, and subscribe to Save the Game Media YouTube, and reply to Kevin's tweet, or ping them on the Discord with your screenshots. They're giving away a Digital Deluxe Edition copy of Starfield. So actually, by the time this podcast goes out, that drawing will be closed unless you're a patron. You have until Monday, August 28th, I believe. If Kevin served that correctly in his latest edition of X Talk that I listened to. So, yes, win games, get money,
No.
What?
Do it.
No,
Nah.
you're not getting money. Don't deceive the listeners.
Get women too.
That one is true, yeah.
Well, no, we get and men, and non-binary,
Of course.
or
anyone.
folks. Anyone you want, just...
If we're being real, you probably if you're getting Starfield, you're probably getting men. Let's just not that women don't play it and non-binary people don't play it, but
What? Bree, you think women like space?
I don't.
I think there was a statistic that came out
So-
recently that the actual proportion of men and women who enjoy, I'll just call it nerd stuff, is close to 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
But the main reason you see all the people who seem to follow it are only men.
They're way louder
That's-
about it.
It's a bigger societal issue, isn't it?
Yeah.
But women like nerd stuff. All right.
And plus, it's so annoying if you say that you do, and then people are like, "Well, you can't be a true video game player unless you play X amount of games of this genre," and it's just a
Yeah.
whole annoying thing.
Yeah, Kyle.
Kyle has never done that.
He's gatekeeping the emo genre from me.
Oh, I did see that.
It's all right. We will fight in what's the term?
I'm not going to say the term that came to my mind.
No, it's like an old medieval fantasy, high fantasy duel
Jousting?
battle. We'll joust. That's what it is. We're gonna joust.
By
That's the same thing that came to my mind, except for I
Yeah.
thought of the video
Oh,
game.
by
Yeah.
playing the old Atari game joust. That's what I was thinking of too. We're gonna play joust.
I still need to play that game.
I know you do, Bree.
It won a
But
bunch of awards for having best story, so.
the Atari game,
Nope.
No.
Jousting game.
what's it called?
I can't say.
Is this like an adult-only game?
Inappropriate word. No. Inappropriate word and then jousting.
I mean, when you say inappropriate, it's
What
not
letter does it start
necessarily
with?
as bad as you think it might.
What letter
be,
does it start
but-
with?
G.
G string? Well, what? I don't.
Here, I'll type it in the notes.
It's not gay. Like what? What is it? It's.
I'm typing it on the document.
Oh God. Oh, that's not a bad word. Genital jousting.
I
I'm
mean,
not interested in that. But maybe if the other person was Henry Cavill, I would be.
Damn.
Hear
I
that,
just wanna play the
Henry?
game.
As your fellow heterosexual homie, if you just want to joust, hit me up. Anyway, Bree, what have you been playing?
I haven't been playing any games. I haven't played games in
Boo.
over a week now. I was in a different state, and I did not bring my Switch like I normally do. But I did a bunch of crazy life stuff. My little sister turned 18. I got a tattoo.
Oh, what's the tattoo?
It's a bunch of flowers. Do you want to see? It's like
That's
it's on my
awesome.
neck and stuff too. There's a little snail behind my ear.
Aw,
It's cute.
a little salt on the snail.
So yeah, that's what I did. For audio listeners, I apologize you can't see it, and I'm not posting pictures until it's fully healed. So
Okay. Best recovery. Tattoo recovery.
thanks. By the time it's almost recovered, I'll be getting another one. Woo! So.
Nice.
Yeah, so I've just been doing that, and also I have broken the seal, and it was a mistake that should have never happened. But I read a fan fiction, and it was
Fan fiction
really
of what? Was it
a really
Souls?
bad idea. No, it was a Harry Potter fan fiction,
Oh God.
and it was a really
indul-
bad idea. It was so well written.
Oh,
For people that have the context, it's Isolation by Bexton, and it was really good. And I'm now reading another fan fiction, so that's all I've been doing. So it was a really terrible idea. I am like the person to fall for fan fiction, and I've resisted my entire life.
well, you know, there's a
So-
Subspace Emissary fan fiction from Smash Bros. That's like supposed to be the longest fanfic ever from Smash Brothers Brawl, and it's called, what is it? Toph's playing with boxes. World's Conquest, and it was 4,060 over 4,060 words.
4,000 is not a lot.
No,
I
not
mean,
4,000.
four-
Sorry, 4,061. No, not thousand. Sorry, 4 billion.
Oh, okay, there we go.
No, 4 million. 4 million words. Jeez.
Is it the Subspace Emissaries World
Yeah.
Conquest?
Yep,
Oh,
that's it.
Interesting.
I'm not invested.
Chris
enough.
and Lucario embark on a quest.
Wait, yeah, I don't. It's a thing.
I
Anyway,
won't be reading this, but
what are you even playing, Sam?
A number of things, two of which I cannot talk about.
Oh my God,
Yes.
grow up. Talk about him.
Yeah, just break all the NDAs and stuff like that. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? In an ideal world, Taylor. But something I can talk about finally is I have been playing a hell of a lot of Armored Core. I've been playing it for about a month now. I'm looking at my tally.
How is that possible, Sam?
Because I get games before they come out.
That's the game we were talking about in previous weeks. I said you can talk about.
Indeed, yes. There was another game last week that I'm still playing that I still can't talk about, and then there's another one on top of that. I'm busy at the minute.
At the minute.
Well, all the time, but particularly
okay.
right now. My tally currently is, I mean, it says 150 hours. I guarantee probably about 20 of those are idle, where I've been typing up notes and stuff. But it's easily over 100 hours that I've put in. I have unlocked, obviously without spoilers, I've unlocked every ending. I've done 3 full playthroughs, partway through my 4th. 4th is just to like do a bit of cleanup and stuff like that.
To platinum.
I am 1 trophy off of getting the platinum.
Is it so? Like, are the different platinum requirements without spoiling? Is it like you have to get all the different kits? You have to get S rank on all the missions. You have to get all the endings.
So you have to get every ending, which is typical for FromSoft stuff.
That's good.
You have to get every single mech part in the game. There are those that you can collect in levels via like hidden chests, where if you explore the level, you can find them. And then you can buy stuff from the shop. So you have to like replay levels to build up currency to then purchase the parts. That was a lot of grinding. But I've done all that. The only trophy holding me off, you said it, Taylor, is S ranking all the missions. And that is, it's been the bane of my existence for the past 2.5 days, because I've done everything else. I've ticked everything off. And I'm not just doing it to get the platinum. I'm doing it because I need to know for my coverage if anything happens once I hit 100%. Like if I've done everything, does something else happen? Do I get something else? So I need to do it. There are just under 50 levels from my count. I've S ranked about 20 of them so far. So I'm making progress, but it's tough. It's tough. That it to equivalent it to something in a different FromSoft game, it would be, in my opinion, having to speed run and no hit various bosses in like a Sekiro or something.
Damn.
That's what the S rank equates to. So it's
some of the S rank requirements, like you have to finish in a certain amount of time, minimal damage taken.
So here's the thing. It doesn't tell you what you need to do to S rank it.
Oh, fantastic, Sam. That's great. I love when games do that.
There aren't like criteria checklist things. So you don't even really know what I've determined from testing, and the general consensus seems to be the same online from what I've seen post-launch, is, and this is my first Armored Core for context, so this might be a thing from previous Armored Cores. You have to, it's not necessarily a actual requirement, but if you can get through the level without taking any damage, which is relatively standard, you can take some, but you have to take minimal if that's the case. Spend as little ammunition as possible, so you have to efficiently take out enemies and bosses. There are ways to do that, weapons that don't consume ammunition, that kind of thing, but there's typically a downside to those. And yes, you have to finish it as fast as possible, finish the level as fast as possible. So you have to juggle like at least those three things: hit damageless, don't waste ammo, do it quick.
Don't waste ammo. Ow. My cat is destroying my right hand. I'm sorry.
It's okay. So it's a lot to juggle. And there are some levels that is quite easy. because the levels are like maybe 3 minutes long, and you can burst through those fine, and there's no boss or anything.
3 minutes.
Yeah, there are some levels where it's like drop in, you do a thing, you get out.
Dude, this seems so much like my game. I guess I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy 16, and so much of what I've been enjoying on the side is doing these hunts. And like,
it's why I've said to you guys, and I've sort of mentioned this in the IGN Slack and stuff. This is my favorite FromSoft game. Like it just is, and that's not to. I love Bloodborne, I love Elden Ring, but to have bite size FromSoft is a feeling that is something else. Like to have the fast, frenetic, really difficult gameplay, but to be able to just drop in and drop out and replay the levels as well. It's like the perfect kind of like, oh, Devil May Cry, can I get the top rank in this thing? How efficiently can I do this with the FromSoft stuff that we all know and love? So yeah, I think both of you will love it personally. I can't recommend it enough. For those people that like FromSoft games, people that don't get on with FromSoft, that you will not get on with this. So
Kevin and Kyle should play it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Kyle was like, "So how difficult is the game?" I'm like, well, "It's a FromSoft game." He's like, "So it's difficult." I was like, it's just don't ask the question. It's from software. The game's going to be tough. And even if you've played other FromSoft games, the closest thing is Sekiro, I think, because of the speed. Like
he said
how
closest.
aggressive
He didn't say it's the same.
It's not the same. It is absolutely not the same. But in terms of like the speed at which you have to react and execute attacks and switch up things on the fly, that's the equivalent or the closest thing that you can compare it to. But it is very different to any From Software game I've played. But it doesn't lose any of the magic, in my opinion.
Awesome.
Okay. Will this be your first FromSoft Platinum?
Oh no. I've platinumed Bloodborne. I've platinumed Elden Ring. I'm really close to the Demon Souls remake. I know technically that's not FromSoft. That's Bluepoint, but
it is a FromSoft game that was remastered. It is FromSoft, Sam.
I haven't done Sekiro
remade.
I probably will eventually.
Oh man, that sounds like a nightmare.
I will be getting this one. I have to, just for the nature of the work, but I would even if I didn't have to cover it.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I've been playing more Final Fantasy 16. It's the only thing I've been playing, as it has been for the past 2 months. And I'm 70% through the main story, so I'm still going to finish it before Spider-Man 2. Yeah. I fully believe that statement. But I've just been doing, like I said, every side quest that comes up, I do it immediately. I'm doing most of the hunts as they come up. I enjoy doing, like, I guess Kevin was saying the game's too easy. I'm like, Kevin, try doing an S-rank hunt when you're more than 5 levels below the adversary, the boss, and it gets pretty intense. I was doing a hunt yesterday. I got down to my last potion, used it, and just beat them. It felt a lot more like a Souls fight, Souls boss. But that's been fun. And yeah, some of the side quests are still hit and miss, but some are really solid. I just finished one yesterday, the second one with a character named Quentin, and our adventures in Lost Wing. That was an excellent one. One's with Otto, that involves Sid. Those are some highlights for me. Some of them are still fetch questy, but I guess that's my biggest detractor from the game is some of the side quests just don't need to be there, in my opinion. Yeah. But main story's still excellent. And moving forward. I'm also at the point in skills now in the skill tree where I have to start considering if I want to start mastering icon special abilities and which icon abilities I want to mix and match. It's hard for me because I feel like Wicked Wheel and Gouge are I have to always have them somewhere.
Mm.
Be able to get the stagger meter down. But everything else up for grabs. I got the Bahamut icon.
Mm. Yes.
And enjoying, I think Mega Flare might be one of the best L2 icon abilities.
Mhm.
Or at least for me, the button's L2. Though, the signature icon ability that you cannot remap to another icon. Like it's Phoenix Shift for the Phoenix, or Counter for Titan. That
Yeah.
equivalent for a Bahamut is getting those volley energy shots raining down while you're wailing on the enemies. Helps out a lot.
Hell yeah.
Yep. So,
Proud of you, Taylor. Proud of you.
Thanks, Dad. Yeah.
You go on, son.
Thanks.
Wait, you guys are married too?
What? No. This isn't Alabama, Bree. We don't do that.
Well, I know for sure we're
Well-
in a three-way marriage, and
If someone here is from Alabama who's listening, I wasn't referring to your neighborhood.
don't lie.
What?
I said don't lie.
All right. Well, we have a lot of news this week. PlayStation has it's coming out with a new special Burger King, and a lot of stuff.
Okay, ready, go.
Starting with the PlayStation Portal, formerly Project Q, PlayStation's remote play dedicated handheld device has been revealed. So the PlayStation Portal is effectively in hardware-wise, it's an 8-inch LCD screen with two sides of a DualSense on either side of the screen. Like, imagine it's like your Switch screen, but instead of Joy-Cons, you have two sides of your DualSense. And that's what it looks like. And it also includes adaptive triggers and haptic feedback, and 1080p 1080p screen with up to 60 FPS capabilities. And the PlayStation Portal can play, quote, supported games installed on your PS5 console. And we still don't know what supported means yet. I think you can rest assured all your first-party titles will be in there on PS5, but I'm not sure how it will be for third-party. I would assume it would be most of them. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to remote play most games.
I would have thought so.
Yeah. We also have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack for wired audio. And PSVR 2 games, which require the headset, and games that are streamed through PlayStation Plus Premium Cloud are not supported. So this is only for remote playing titles from your PS5 console that are installed in your PS5 console. So this device requires broadband internet Wi-Fi with at least 5 megabits per second, and Sony recommends at least 15 megabits per second internet speed. What are we thinking?
Stinky.
What? Really think it's stinky?
It's just, it seems so obsolete.
Wow.
I know that, it's a subjective opinion. Of course it is. But
of course,
this, I think, if there was just one extra step that PlayStation took with this device, I think it could have been something really special. But the way that they've designed it and the limitations of it make it so much more of a niche product that pretty much anything else on the market that is in a similar vein is just demonstrably a better option. Obviously, this is specifically a PlayStation peripheral for a PlayStation console to play PlayStation games.
$200. You also have to have a PS5 console, so you have a net investment of at least $700.
Exactly.
Or at least $600 if you have the PlayStation PS5 digital.
The cost is low enough, but it's just remote play.
Yes.
And I'm worried, legitimately, I'm kind of worried that some people might buy into this device not really comprehending that. they'll just see that PlayStation has a thing, and it's like, oh, it's a thing that I can take on the go. You know, if they're selling these things physically in stores and somebody isn't quite well versed in it, they might look at it and be like, oh, that looks like a Nintendo Switch, but for PlayStation, that's awesome. I'll buy it. And then they get home and they realize they're screwed. That they, you know, I think that it's just, if they did have some kind of native support for it that wasn't specifically streaming, I don't know how that would work. Of course, that might require an additional step, but it's I don't get the point of it. Outside of extremely specific usage cases.
It was to make you mad, Sam.
It is. Yeah.
Dude, I'm so excited for Armored Core 6. I'm so excited to play Armored Core 6. I'm just thinking about that right now. And I need to talk about it. Anyway, Bree, what do you think?
I am with Sam on this. Like, this is like a weirdly specific use case.
Oh my god, you guys hate me.
Taylor, how did you find out?
Okay.
I mean, to also be fair though, it is only $200, so I think it's a fair price for the use case it's being used for. I think.
I agree with that.
I don't know. I understand the point of it, but also like, I can't say that I don't think that this should exist, but like also I think that it's kind of silly. I don't know. I don't believe I would be getting one unless it like went on sale, and then maybe I'd get one to like play while I'm like sitting at the table with my family or something. I don't know. So I don't know.
Why doesn't it have Bluetooth? That you can sync external audio devices.
Well, we're going to talk about PlayStation Link. I guess it's not quite Wait. Oh. Well, wait, does it actually... Is it regular Bluetooth supported?
I don't think so.
No. We're going to talk about this a bit later, but
yeah,
you need PlayStation Link to use Bluetooth, which is a proprietary Bluetooth solution that supposedly makes the audio quality better.
It's so funny. Companies keep doing this where they're like, we're just going to make more money by making this very specific thing that nobody else can do.
This is Apple.
And I know, and they got sued for it.
Yeah, good.
So, like, moving forward, like, iPhones have to start using the USB-C.
In Europe, they do.
But they're not going to make a specific one for Europe.
That'd be a supply chain disaster.
Yeah, exactly. So they're going to have to start using that moving forward. So then it becomes like their next thing is going to be like making it so that it's more difficult to charge. Like you have to have like an Apple specific charger. Like they're just these companies try to do like anything to just get that little extra buck out of you. And it's so silly. Like you're already getting a ton of money. But
yep. As my cat's tail is entering the frame. So I guess I'll play devil's advocate here. If it wasn't already obvious by my rude interjections. That to be honest, I'm not getting this. I don't do handheld gaming. Okay.
He says playing Breath of the Wild.
For 6 years?
Breath of the Wild has been docked.
Okay, well, yeah, all right.
All right.
Wait, do you play it on your TV docked? Like,
yeah.
What the heck? I don't know if well, that's not true. I have used my Switch that way, but I very rarely use my Switch that way.
Yeah. And okay, back up. On the surface, this looks redundant. Or no, I shouldn't say redundant. This looks like a missed opportunity for PlayStation to enter the cloud. Oh my God. Get out of there. She has taken over the webcam. YouTube viewers, you're getting a treat here at 29:40 or so. In the 29 minutes 40 seconds. Listeners, go to the YouTube video to see what happens there. But I think more people will purchase this than you might think.
I
I
don't
think more
doubt
people
that.
will purchase than expected.
Yeah.
I think there's at least a niche market for handheld capable gaming devices outside of the Switch, Steam Deck, ROG Ally. Granted, those consoles can run games natively.
This doesn't feel like a competitor to those.
No, it isn't because they're not. You're right. It's remote play only.
So this isn't even like a competitive like
I could see it
hardware.
as being like a real good as a real fun companion marketed. Like if Sony bundles this with the PS5 for $50 off, like what if you can get the Portal and the console for $550 if you have the digital version, the PS5 digital, or $650.
I don't think I would.
I could see this being sold as and getting success as a companion device rather than something that can stand on its own. I guess it can't stand on its own because it does remote play, but it's almost like a little PS5 extension and how it can be marketed. And I think it might see success that way, but I'm still very skeptical because of how limited it is with remote play. I thought for sure Sony would have said something about we'll include cloud support down the line, more in active development, because clearly they want to enter the space, I think. Or with emerging with xCloud and GeForce Now and all these other game cloud streamings. I think it's the 15 years down the line that'll eventually become gaming's future in a lot of ways. I think Sony's interested in checking that out. But I don't know. I think the Portal might surprise us in sales when on the surface it doesn't look like it's very. It doesn't seem like it fits very good purpose.
I don't know. It seems unlikely that it'll sell a ton, but
put it this way, most PlayStation peripherals haven't sold that well.
Except for the controller.
Well, sure, but that's not really in the
Spider-Man controller should arrive later this month or later in a few weeks in September, right?
Yeah.
I don't even think it's like a few weeks, right? It's like a week.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not going to open it until Spider-Man 2 comes out.
Okay.
Damn. Just saving yourself for October 10th.
Sam, don't do this to me. What game comes out October 10th? Is it Assassin's Creed Mirage? I'm getting this mixed up too.
I don't know. Maybe.
No, that's October 5th. Is it Mario Wonder? No, Mario Wonder releases the same day as Spider-Man. I remember this.
I think you might have just got the date wrong.
Nope. Not allowed. Let's see.
You saw a 0.
Forza releases October 10th. I knew something came out that day.
Yes. Very similar to Spider-Man, yes.
It's a marquee game that's on
the same platform. It's got the same
oh my God.
Player base. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Same mechanics too.
Yeah.
You control. You propel something forward. You navigate.
Described like most
both
games.
You navigate.
Yeah.
The racetrack is like navigating buildings with a web.
This is falling apart the more words you add to it.
Anyway, so PlayStation Portal, $200, releases later this fall, US dollars. All right. Other countries aren't real, so it's $200 US dollars. That's the only currency. PlayStation also revealed in the same blog post a few more things. They're going hard in the paint on the hardware today. No pun intended. And the Pulse Elite wireless headset. Wait, I'm not gonna read this. Someone else read this. I'm not hogging all of it. Someone read it.
You sounded really excited, so I was just going to let
you
do it.
Actually, Sam's the one wearing the stupid Pulse headset. Why doesn't he read the stupid story?
Fine.
The stupid
You're
voice.
stupid. You're stupid.
I know.
Yes, alongside the Portal, they have officially revealed the Pulse Elite wireless headset and the Pulse Explore wireless earbuds, which they showed at the end of the last PlayStation showcase. But they officially have names and prices now. So, the Pulse Elite, quote, is our new wireless headset that offers lossless audio and includes a retractable boom mic with AI-enhanced noise rejection capable of filtering background sounds. A charging hanger is also included with the product for a convenient charging and storage option. So that is set to retail for $149.99 US dollars. So 150 as the youth say. The Pulse Explore, quote, is our first set of wireless earbuds, providing a premium portable audio experience that includes dual microphones with AI-enhanced noise rejection, capable of filtering background sounds. It also offers lossless audio and comes with a charging case. And these retail for $200, $199.99. Interesting. Both the Pulse Elite and the Pulse Explorer will be the first PlayStation audio devices to use custom-designed planar magnetic drivers for an audiophile-level listening experience, normally found in premium headphones for professional sound engineers. There's a little addendum here added saying that planar magnetic drivers typically have a better bass response with more extension to the low-end frequencies. This means they have less roll-off than high-end open dynamic headphones of the same caliber.
I added that addendum. I didn't know what the hell planar magnetic drivers mean. I still don't have a really solid idea because I'm not an audiophile. But
it probably makes sense to someone.
It makes sense.
That person is not me.
So, and I didn't feel like spending the time to understand what roll-off means. I know
what better bass means.
I know what better bass means. I played guitar for a few years, and I understand mixing. I know that much.
Yeah.
But I don't know what this roll-off and this jibber-jabber is. Bree, do you know?
A little bit, but not enough to explain all of it.
I'll explain all of it.
I can't.
Yes, you can. Just believe in yourself.
Sound good, yes?
Yeah.
No, I've been thinking about this, and I should have said at the top of the show. But can we call you Sam? Wait, what was I going to say?
Yeah, you can call him Sam.
Oh, yeah. H.
That works, yeah.
Right, instead of Jam-Packed Sam for Sam X Talk, H-Packed Tam for No Limits.
Whatever floats your boat, Taylor. You know, if you want to call me that, I don't have objections. You could just say the OG because I was the first.
He was number one.
He was number one.
Yeah, so that also works. But if you want to say H, that I'm okay with it.
Okay. So, Sam, are you going to be upgrading to the Pulse Elites?
No.
Why?
These work.
Why? Yeah.
You need a new microphone anyway.
What? Wow.
I'm just kidding.
God damn it.
He's still using the Yeti. Therefore, we should dunk on him.
Yeah.
No, it's the cord that I'm dunking on.
Yeah, I just don't replace the cord. I can make it work. It's sort of retrofitted the setup I have here, but it's working. So
you remember like those old, like when you're a kid and you had your headphones and you had to like twist them in a certain way to get it to work? That's what Sam's doing with his microphone.
No joke.
I never did that.
No joke. The wire is having to bend around a certain way to register inside the microphone. No, I won't be getting either of these. One, because I'm sure the audio quality will be good. The audio quality is good in these. But I'm not enough of an audiophile to really be seeking higher than this. Like, this does the job for me. So redundant in my opinion. Like, I'm just never going to buy these. I just don't have a usage case for them or a justification to splash out. But hopefully, for those people that do want it, the price is justified in terms of the quality that they're actually providing. But I don't know.
For how little of an audiophile I am, I still use my TV speakers and my PS5, and they sound fine to me.
Heathen.
I have had a soundbar in the past, and it's real nice. I just don't. I'm playing Final Fantasy 16 without any just TV speakers. It's not an issue for me. I don't I don't get miffed by it. And I've been using the same headset I've had for 7 years.
I'll let you check out my headphones when I come.
They can't be that better. They can't be that much better.
You'll be
right?
converted.
What are they, Audio Technicas?
No, I have Skull Candy. I have Skull Candy Crushers. So they're like the bass. They're supposed to be like the best bass headphones.
So you really love the
I love
so you
bass.
bass.
I love bass so much.
There you go.
We'll stop there. I just like it a lot.
Not the treble. He, because that's a reference to
Megan
by
Trainor's
Trainor.
song.
It's only a few years late, but we'll allow it.
How old is that song? 2015-ish?
It's older than that. It's
No
for
way.
sure way older than that.
No, it isn't.
I don't have a ballpark, I'm afraid.
2014. See,
Sorry, if my math works out, that is older than 2015.
she said so much older.
Yeah, I did think it was a couple years before 2015.
I mean, it
it's
depends
okay.
on contextually, you know. For a baby, a year is quite a long time.
I was a baby at that time.
Won't we all? Look how far we've come.
Right. I've aged 20 years and 10 years.
Yeah.
I was a baby
So,
at the moment.
I have 4 pairs of headphones that are all over $100 already, so I don't
Oh my
need
God.
another pair of headphones.
Sure you do. Okay.
So
I'm not getting these. If someone in the audience is getting them, let us know. Tell us what do you think of them in a review, or tell us in Discord.
mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Okay, is it my turn?
Yeah.
PlayStation Link is a new wireless audio technology. Ooh. Okay. Pulse Elite and Pulse Explorer connect directly with PlayStation Portal by leveraging this new wireless audio technology, PlayStation Link. It delivers low latency, lossless audio and easy switching between multiple PlayStation Link hosts, such as PS5 with the USB adapter and PlayStation Portal. When using Pulse Elite and Explore with PS5, the USB adapters that's included with each headset and earbuds is required for PlayStation Link. The PlayStation Link USB adapter will also be sold separately as a standalone item and can be used on PC and Mac, so players can connect Pulse Elite or Explore to experience the same lossless and low latency audio. Pulse Elite and Explore can simultaneously connect to a PlayStation Link supported device, such as PS5, PC, Mac, or PlayStation Portal, and a Bluetooth supported device. For example, Pulse Explorer can be connected to a PS5 via USB adapter when using PlayStation Link, and also a mobile phone through Bluetooth at the same time. While playing on PlayStation 5, gamers can instantly answer a call and hear it through the same Pulse Explorer earbuds. All of this came from Hideaki, Nishino, from PlayStation Blog. I do like the idea of connecting to multiple devices at once, but other
So
than
do I.
that, you lost me after.
Might be the only enticing thing about getting a Pulse Elite is hearing the Discord audio and game audio through the same headphones without an expensive mix board that a lot of streamers use and such. That could be an attractive proposition. Maybe, but from how the description of the PlayStation Link is worded, looks like it's only usable with the Pulse Elite and Pulse Explorer, not the base Pulse headset or other headsets you might have. It's the Pulse Elite or the Pulse Explorer, and then any Bluetooth supported device. It can't be two USB Bluetooth devices that don't include the Link or Explorer. It has to be with one of those products. That's what it looks like.
Yep.
If you could use any two devices and the Link and Explorer, the Explorer and Elite weren't required, I might get the PlayStation Link, because I'd love to hear, like I said, Discord audio and game audio through the same headphones when I'm playing on a console. And I just wish we could do that, but Sony's locking behind those products.
It's so annoying because this is an issue that they created themselves, right? Like the lack
Mhm.
of Discord integration is an issue that PlayStation created themselves, and they're offering an alternate solution to an issue
Right.
again that they created themselves.
Well, but they're adding Discord to PS, so they're still working on Discord integration to PS5. So maybe I should hold that. But still, I feel like you could sell the link to so many more people if you didn't require the Elite or Pulse Wireless, or sorry, Explorer.
They've just gate kept so many different aspects of this. Like you could have sold the portal if it was native, or you could have sold even more portals even if it wasn't native, but you could connect Bluetooth devices to it apart from the Pulse Elite and the Pulse Explorer. It's just, why are you making it more difficult? I know it's to get more money out of us, but you seem to, even on top of that, you seem to be making it more difficult. I just don't understand.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Money, 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 money.
Yeah, I guess that is it.
But the thing is like, think about how much money they lose out on by being jerks.
Yep. It's like the Call of Duty argument with Activision Blizzard King. You know how much money Xbox would lose if they didn't put that on PlayStation? And how much more they would lose and gain if they made it exclusive? It's this sort of, I think it's the same logic here.
Okay.
I suppose the only potential, like, forward-thinking positive that could come out of this is related to the next story, right? Like, Sony has been branching into, you know, innovation and stuff in audio for a while, in terms of 3D audio and stuff like that, and they are obviously advancing more. But it's just like we're in the baby steps now, and there's lots of stumbling and like what's going on. I think the end result could be quite good once they've figured it all out and everything's set up. But no, it's just a mess.
Big mess.
Well, if you guys haven't had enough headphone audio hardware talk for today, Sony has also acquired the high-end headphone maker Audeze.
Audeze.
Audeze. I was trying to think of a way to say it that wasn't Audeze. I'm like, no way, it's Audeze. Yeah. Said if it was Audeze, I'd have to say Audeze nuts every time I say it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it is. So
it's Audeze.
You know, yeah, Audeze.
Right. Audeze nuts is a headphone manufacturer. According to a press release, Sony says that the acquisition will strengthen Sony Interactive Entertainment's efforts to continue innovating when it comes to the audio experience of PlayStation games. Blah 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 blah. The Audeze nuts will operate independently and still make products for multiple platforms. The Sony notes that it will be benefiting from a part of the PlayStation ecosystem. In terms of the acquisition, were not disclosed. And Sony's press release highlighted how Audeze nuts is using planar magnetic drivers in their headphones. So I'm going to make a wild guess, maybe, that these drivers were supplied by Audeze nuts in the new wireless headphones.
They said that. Yeah.
No, they said...
Yeah, the new Pulse Elite and Pulse Wireless use these same drivers.
They use... they use the same... So I was under the understanding that they both use planar magnetic drivers, but it wasn't necessarily that the planar magnetic drivers being used in the Pulse Elite and Explorer were the same ones that Audeze nuts makes.
I bet it is.
I think it is. That's what I'm inferring. So they're doing that. They really enjoy headphones. Okay. But a lot of hardware being thrown at us. Explorer, Elite, and PlayStation Portal. None of which I'm getting. But there's going to be some enthusiast somewhere who is. So
yeah, and guys, they're still making products for multiple platforms. Look at that. You can acquire something and still give the stuff that you usually would to other platforms.
That's so weird.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's almost like, you know, they have an ethos and they stick to it. Weird.
Super weird.
Actually, Sam, they don't stick to it.
No. Yeah, because yeah, no, I'm not going to go there.
Okay. This is from Jay Peters at The Verge. Just
Good
to
old
give
Jay.
credit.
Oh, do
Sorry
I
for-
get this one? Goodness me. Goodness me.
Unless somebody tries to fight you for it.
Well, they're going to lose because I'm starting. God of War Ragnarok might be getting DLC, people.
And I want to roll back to when I said there will be DLC. And everybody said, no way. roll the tape.
Yeah. So, supposedly, an expansion to God of War Ragnarok, released in November last year, 2022, is allegedly deep in development, according to the notorious leaker The Snitch on Twitter. They tweeted, I'm not going to say X or X'd, they tweeted out, Project God of War Ragnarok DLC is on the way. Here we go. End quote. It's noted here that technically the Twitter account for the Snitch, I wanted to say Switch, has changed hands. So, well, I mean, technically, even if that wasn't the case, you take any rumor on the internet with a grain of salt. But the Snitch has had a relatively decent track record, particularly recently. The notes here do say that they have showed seemingly accurate details about Rise of the Ronin, which is a PlayStation 5 exclusive coming early next year. According to The Snitch, it says that development for the DLC is about 60% complete and that a release is planned for next year. Taylor, you've put in a question here.
Yeah.
And the question is as follows. If this DLC does exist, what do you think is its premise? Or what would you like it to be?
I'm going to stick with
That's
my
a good
answer that I've been
question.
saying the whole time, which is that this will be an Atreus story. And it's going to start with him, like that moment that he walks away to go on his adventure. I think that's exactly where the DLC starts, is him, but we see it from like a different angle, like from behind him versus behind Kratos. That's my guess, because that seemed like such a perfect spot to start DLC. And yeah.
So you, and just to clarify, because technically it is part of the question, you do think that this DLC exists?
I 100% think it exists. I've been
Okay.
saying that since the game came out.
You have.
Because I think that there needs to be some sort of bridge between this game and the next game, because the next game theoretically is no longer a fully Kratos game, right? It's going to be moving into something else.
I had the impression the
potentially.
next God of War would be done with the saga and we wouldn't see Atreus again.
Not to begin with, at least, I would have thought.
I had the impression we're done with all these characters except for Kratos.
All of them?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Oh.
I think at the very least, Mimir, Freya, obviously Atreus, and if I were to hedge my bets, I would probably also put Thrud in there.
Love Thrud.
But I think she is the least
Yeah.
likely of those. But I think that sort of quintet.
You don't think what's her name? That's like the giant.
Angrboda?
Angrboda.
Yeah, I think she'll be there if Atreus is there, because they seem to
That's
have a
fair.
thing going.
That's fair.
Or at least they will mention her.
Yeah.
Like, it depends on how much of a time skip we're getting. Like, if we're getting a really big time jump, not in the DLC, but in the next game, then I think that, like, it might just be, like, a reference to Angrboda. Like, oh, you remember when you had that girlfriend? Like, kind of thing. But I don't know. I don't know for sure. But yeah, I do. I'm fairly confident this DLC exists.
What about you, Turner? You asked the question, but I'll ask you next.
I don't feel like playing Enlightened Centrist here. I could go either way on it. They have a lot of material to work with the DLC. Like Bree said, I would enjoy this would be a solo Atreus adventure if it was more Atreus and Angrboda. I think that'd be cool. And explore some maybe progress in their relationship. Maybe they start liking each other. Well, they like each other, all right? But you actually see them become a couple or something. That'd be cute. Also, if they explore more of not Jotunheim. What's Angerboda's land called?
Oh, Ironwood.
Maybe more stuff with Ironwood and Jotunheim, because my impression is Atreus is still very interested in how
Like his heritage.
his giant heritage and
Yeah.
lore comes from.
Yeah.
So,
and
I'd
there's
also
still there's still a lot of stuff like with Jormungandr and stuff that is suggested in Ragnarok, but it's kind of like we'll see you next time kind of thing. So
yeah. So I genuinely, because we now have like somewhat of a precedence for like a bigger DLC, right? With like the Miles DLC.
with other
Which it
Sony
was like,
titles, Horizon as well.
yeah.
Burning Shores.
So I'm wondering if it's gonna be like, I mean, since it'll theoretically be like 2-ish years, a year and a half from the main release. So it sounds like this is gonna be a bigger DLC. So yeah, I think it wouldn't be unreasonable to say that we could get a bunch of really good information out of this.
I'm just going to get ahead of the comments. Miles is not a DLC. It is
it's a standalone.
Standalone.
It's a standalone. It is.
But
just
it kind of
getting ahead
feels
of.
like a
I know what you
DLC.
mean. I know what you mean.
Iki Island DLC and Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, that's another example. Yeah. Do I want it? Yes. Do I anticipate it? I'm not sure yet. Because obviously 2018 didn't get anything. And I know that Corey isn't directing this one. And I don't know, how much creative leverage Eric Williams has as a director, assuming he'd even lead development of this. I'm not sure whether it would switch hands again and they've moved on to something else. I'm very happy if Ragnarok just stays self-contained like 2018 does, because technically we didn't have a bridge from the old series to 2018. It was just sort of like a cold open. Still don't know. We don't know how, outside of like
a very open bridge in the end of God of War 3.
Sure, but we don't actually know technically how we got from Greece to
that would be an
Scandinavia.
awesome future thing to explore in a standalone, in a Miles Morales-esque experience. How do we get from God of War 3 to Ragnarok? I'd totally buy that.
I don't know that will necessarily be like the core story point of a standalone game, but I fully expect that those kind of things will be broached upon in a future God of War title, because it's going to happen again with whatever mythology he goes to next.
Right.
So I think that
there will be like a parallel of how he's moving.
Yeah, and in the same way that 2018 kind of handled flashbacky bits to the original trilogy, I think we'll see something similar telling how he got from there, because we'll get more stuff about Faye and stuff like that. She's not done as a character, even though she's dead, obviously. But or is she? Could her soul be in one of the little marbles?
Oh God, that'd be nuts.
I'm just saying, they're all giants in there.
Giant. No, I'm not going to say it.
And technically, spoilers for end of God of War 2018, not Ragnarok.
Spoilers. 58, 35, you've been warned.
Hey, most people probably listening to this will have played God of War 2018. You spread her ashes at the end, and they drift off all magically in the exact same way that the souls float off and into the little orby thing, So maybe her ashes, the soul, just floated off, and then Angerboda just behind a rock somewhere went and put it in a marble. I don't know if that's the case. I think Atreus is obviously the most likely, getting back to the point. I would still kind of be interested in a Thrud thing. I think that there is a lot to explore there with her character that would be quite fun. And obviously getting to wield Mjolnir.
I just don't see that happening, though, because it's not who the story's about.
I don't either. I think that your pitch, Bree, is probably what it's going to be if it does exist. That it will start where Ragnarok ended. And I would wager that the end of the DLC will set up where Kratos ends up next, the next mythology. By hook or by crook, something will happen in that DLC that is like teleports Kratos somewhere, or Kratos sets off to go somewhere, and he
Can
sort of winks at the camera. I'm going to Egypt, baby, and then it cuts to black. You know.
Are we 100% confident that Kratos isn't just going to stay and Atreus goes?
Kratos makes too much money as a brand to not have him involved.
Yeah, I mean, am I
I'm not
confident?
saying he can't visit.
Yeah,
but...
of course. Like he could be a supporting character in the next game, technically. Am I confident? No. But
because I was under the impression that they're going to start weaning us off of Kratos.
I don't know, man. Kratos is the mascot. He's the adult mascot for PlayStation.
But that doesn't mean everything to PlayStation, right? Like, I understand it's a huge draw, but also, like...
You know, they went from Joel to Ellie. They are seemingly going from Nathan Drake to his daughter. So I think you can switch protagonists and be okay. That being said, I still think that the next game you'll be playing as Kratos, at least for the most part. And I could see Kratos dying in the next game.
Please God, no. I would cry my eyes out.
Pun intended?
Oh no.
So like maybe. But I think that he is not necessarily like vital to the series, but as I think Ragnarok did a good job of introducing Atreus as a playable character, and then you could have the next game be even more of a welcome 50-50 kind of split, and then you can off Kratos or something in the next game. And
I really don't think they will, because I think they would have this game if they were going to.
Well, that was the spoilers.
Do you think so then?
That was the prophecy.
I mean,
because like the ending note of Ragnarok, spoilers.
Spoilers.
We kind of already spoiled it.
Spoilers for like 20 seconds.
102.
The end of Ragnarok sets Kratos up to be like he's on this path to become this worshipped god that helps people, right?
Right.
So I think that having that be the end of Ragnarok and then him starting to do that in the next game and like being ripped away to somewhere else, and then he does something, he has to sacrifice himself to get back, and that's how he becomes the worshipped god for sacrificing himself. I think that is a very powerful narrative progression for his character. I think you could have killed him off in Ragnarok. There is a way to do that.
Yeah,
but
I think you're not wrong, but I also
having
don't
him
really want him
actually
to die.
have the time to redeem himself fully and do something of that scale in the next game could be the way to go. But I don't know.
Yeah. We won't know for a while.
Yeah.
A while.
The DLC might be coming next year, supposedly.
Fantasy Critic.
That's what I was just thinking.
I'm not going to bet on that.
Okay. Do you want to do this last story, Taylor, or do you want to go to the questions?
Is this number 7?
The Baldur's Gate 3 one?
Do you want we can go to questions. So to play it,
okay.
Just like quick overview, Baldur's Gate 3 isn't a PS5 exclusive anymore because of performance issues with the Xbox Series S and that parity requirement for the Xbox Series X.
I mean, it is for like a couple of months.
For a couple of months, but the point is, Baldur's Gate 3 won't be PlayStation exclusive only. So, all right, Xbox is getting it.
To Xbox later this year, not next year. They've clarified they've worked something out, so it's coming this year. December probably.
So you'll be able to select your preferred genitals shortly on Xbox.
Hell yeah.
To go genital jousting with Henry Cavill? Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past Baldur's Gate 3, to be honest.
Baldur's Gate 3 has some interesting themes.
Very attractive characters as well. Okay, questions?
No
All
questions.
right.
I mean, yes, go to the questions, but I don't have questions about that.
Sam, do you want to read your own question, or do you want me to read it?
You read it, you know? I like having somebody else read the question.
Narcissist.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Read it out to me.
With the unbridled success of Elden Ring and now Armored Core 6, do we think Sony could double down on its established relationship with From Software? And to what extent could that relationship go?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Move on.
And I would really like for them to like either fully buy in, like either fully purchase FromSoft or like have it so that way Xbox can't steal FromSoft.
Stan can't steal. This is like, that's a fanboy statement right there.
Listen. I just don't want to play Dark Souls on Xbox.
Why?
Because I don't have one.
This is their motivation, Bree.
I know it's their motivation and I don't like it.
Okay.
No, I really do. I do think that they have a really good partnership with Sony, and I would love to see them double down on the relationship, but I don't actually know.
You answer, Taylor?
Huh?
Did you answer the question?
No, I just said yes.
Yeah.
I think at the most we'll see timed exclusivity with Sony. Well, let me back up. Sony fully acquires FromSoft.
Mm-hmm.
I can see them making them exclusive easily. If Sony buys a bigger stake in FromSoft, or I could see them making a contract deal like they've done with Square Enix and such, to make their games timed exclusives on PS5. Yeah. I also see them, like they did with Bloodborne and Demon's Souls, marketing and receiving PlayStation exclusive FromSoft projects in the future. But I think it's unlikely PlayStation will fully acquire From Software, and we'll see full exclusivity away from other platforms. Isn't that right, Toph? Yeah, I know.
I'm pretty much on the same wavelength as you guys. I think I would wager that most big players are probably looking at From Software very keenly, not necessarily specifically from an acquisition standpoint, but just from, we need to do as good a deal as possible with this developer, because they're just going from strength to strength and they're selling better and better. Also, we don't know exactly how Armored Core is done, but if Elden Ring is any indication, I think that in a hypothetical situation, Sony acquiring FromSoft makes the most sense compared to Xbox. Because if you look at the history of FromSoft titles, for like the first 10 years that they were making games way back in the day, they were all PlayStation exclusive for the original PlayStation. And they did a number of PS2 exclusives, a number of PS3 exclusives, and then obviously Bloodborne happened. So they do have obviously a massive history with every platform now, but they do have a concerted one with Sony, and obviously Sony has an investment and a minority stake and whatnot. I think that would make sense. I don't think it's ever going to happen because they would sell for such a premium that as much as Sony might want to do it, I don't know that they could technically justify it. But I do think that what you said, Taylor, they make real good deals and potentially get either timed exclusive or another Bloodborne situation where they do just develop a full-on sole exclusive for the platform. Again, Bloodborne 2. No. But
God, it's never happening. If Bloodborne Remastered
Please.
isn't happening, shut up. It's not. No.
It's happening.
No.
Never say never.
Never.
Damn.
I've had my heart
Just
broken
like Justin Bieber said.
so many times on hoping.
Also, what Justin Bieber said.
Yeah. Justin Bieber said a lot of things.
That's true.
Justine Bieber?
Are you a believer, Taylor?
I did not play. I enjoyed the game to Blob as well. Thanks for asking, Bree.
Also, in the middle of you guys talking, I had to sneeze really bad, and then when I went to sneeze, it went away. I was really upset, so I had to tell you guys.
Why would you be upset? Then you didn't interrupt the show.
No, I muted myself and everything, and I was like getting ready to cover my face to sneeze, and then I didn't sneeze. It was really upsetting.
Fair enough.
Okay. Which question do you want to do next, Taylor?
I don't know. I can't switch screens because Toph's on my arms.
Oh, okay. Do you want to handle all 4 questions today, or do you want to save some of them? We should at
Maybe
least do this one.
Pick one that isn't from me.
Okay, I think we should at least do Kevin's because it's relevant to the news. Do you think the PlayStation Portal sells better or worse than the PSVR 2, and why? Sam?
Oh, what are the PSVR 2 sales at currently?
Let me look. PSVR 2 sales. They've confirmed as of June 2nd that they managed over 600,000 sales in the first 6 weeks. Let's see.
So it's
the only number they've
sub 1
confirmed
million.
is 600,000 in the first 6 weeks after launch, and that's all we have.
And it launched in February. So do we think it sold an extra 400,000 since? Probably not.
Since like the first week of April till now.
Yeah, I don't think so. 400,000 when there hasn't really been that much buzz about it, not tons of support. I wouldn't say so. So we'll say sub 1 million, just in general.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it will sell better than that. I don't expect it. I think Taylor is more optimistic than I am. I don't think it will sell much better because I think, one, again, the messaging is just mixed on it. I think that a lot of people just aren't entirely sure what this thing is actually capable of. And when they do find out what it is capable of, it's a letdown. So it will sell more because it's cheaper. And I think that people that are having like screen sharing issues with family members or partners or whatever, there are technically more use cases than that potentially than forking out 500 for a VR headset with minimal support. But I don't know that it's going to be that much higher. In the long run, probably, yes. I think that's almost guaranteed to sell better than PSVR 2, unless something massively changes. But
yeah, I mean, the thing is like price-wise as well as like use case-wise, it just makes more sense for this to sell better.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that it would be crazy if it didn't sell better. I would be very shocked.
That's the worst sign. If it sells worse than PSVR 2, oh boy, we've got a problem.
Unless
Then
PSVR 2 gets a
getting
killer
a
app. What if it gets like a new Half-Life Alyx? Everyone just needs to play. It is that. It's like game of the year.
Portal get Half-Life Alyx.
So it is like game of the. No, I've been wanting PSVR 2 to get Half-Life Alyx for a long time.
So do I.
No, but I'm saying how funny would it be if Portal got it first?
You also then have to take into consideration the idea that there is no way that if there was a follow-up to Half-Life Alyx, it could be exclusive to PSVR 2. So it will be on other VR platforms that are significantly cheaper and don't have a PS5 purchase attached to it. So if a game like that does come out, there are just better and cheaper alternatives, even if you already are in the PS5 ecosystem. So unless you already have a PSVR 2 and a PS5, which then it does make sense to buy it on PSVR 2. But other than that, like I don't think that is going to be enough of a draw for people that aren't already on board with the PSVR 2. I don't think anything will be at this point. Unless like first party, like we have a Spider-Man game, a Horizon game, another Horizon game, a God of War game, a Tsushima game. Even then, I think it'll be a tough sell. But we're not going to get that kind of output for it. So I'm sad. I love my PSVR 1. But
yeah, you're the only person.
I like my
PSVR. I'm not the only person.
Oh, God.
A lot of people like PSVR.
I do like my PSVR, but I just don't know how to set it up on my own.
I want to try what?
It's rough. There's a lot of cables that have to go in very specific places.
Just I heard Synapse is good. That's PSVR 2.
Yeah.
I want to try PSVR 2 and not pay for PSVR 2. How's that for an answer?
We'll all go to Sam's house.
Sam doesn't have it yet either.
I know, but when he does.
But when I do, because I will.
See?
Eventually.
Oh, okay. Okay, wow.
Wow.
There's probably some game collector out there. Wait, did PSVR had physical copies, right, for games? There's probably some collector out there who's trying to collect a US collection of all PSVR physical titles. And it's going to be like 30 games.
I'm just checking. I don't have any physical copies for any of my VR games.
Huh.
But
that
you can purchase physical copies of a fair number of VR games for PSVR from what I can see. Yes. But I have no physical VR games. Because that's just an extra step. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to put the disc in and then get all the stuff set up.
I know.
Whereas if it's digital, you can just pop the headset on and jump into the game.
I agree. I'm just talking about collectors. Like, there are some game systems from the past where I think the total amount of games, like the Sega Saturners or Dreamcast, like the total US collection is like 30 games.
Yeah.
But PSVR obviously has more than that, but physically, I'm curious how small that is.
It's probably it's definitely hundreds.
Right. For reference, I think
not higher than that.
The original NES had a 700-ish game North American library, much of which was shovelware, but still.
Yeah.
All right. I think that does it for this episode of No Limits. I'm going to try to read off. Nope, I woke up talking, moving my hand. Well, sorry, buddy. Let's mouse over to the document. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. Remember, you can find us over on YouTube at Save the Game Media, Twitter at Save Game Media, Patreon at Save the Game Media. And check out the Discord. Links are all in the show notes. Talk to us there, where we yell at each other.
Or join the Patreon, where you get post shows.
And join the Patreon, where you get post shows. We don't have a post show this week. Do we have a wait? We do have a post show this week.
We have to this week, yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. We have a post show this week. Yay! So you can we can all talk about topics that are special in their own money restricted sort of way. I think I'm doing an excellent job marketing the Patreon. We also do quarterly Jeopardies.
Listen, all you have to talk about is butt tattoos.
Butt tattoos.
No.
1,000 subs, butt tattoos.
Two butt tattoos for 1,000 subs. You can all be at $1. I think that's a pretty good deal.
We should start a Kickstarter for this.
A Kickstarter for the Patreon.
Yep. But yeah, without further ado,
what happens?
Thank you all so much for listening. And for patrons, we'll see you in the post show. It's episode 58. Bye-bye.
Bye.